There is a pattern hidden inside every act of cruelty. Not an excuse, not a justification, just a pattern. Old, quiet, and almost invisible. You've seen it. Perhaps you've even felt it. The moment someone lashed out at you, and somewhere, beneath the anger, you sensed they weren't really talking to you. Why do hurt people hurt people? And more importantly, how do we break the chain? The philosopher Seneca once wrote, "No man can be happy who has not within him the source of happiness." But what happens when the opposite is true? When within someone there is not a source of happiness, but a wound? Pain, when it is not processed, does not disappear. It transforms. It searches for an exit, and often that exit is another person. Psychologists call this displacement the unconscious act of redirecting our internal suffering onto something or someone outside ourselves. The father who was humiliated at work comes home and shouts at his child. The child, carrying that weight, grows up and pushes it onto their partner. And the cycle continues, silently, invisibly, for generations. The Stoics believed that every action emerges from a person's inner state. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." But there is a darker reading of this idea. For many people, the wound becomes the way they move through the world. The person who was never shown love does not know how to give it, not because they are evil, but because you cannot give what you were never given. Cruelty is rarely born from strength. It is almost always born from a very old, very quiet kind of pain. Jung called this the shadow, the part of ourselves we refuse to look at, the parts we bury, the wounds we deny. And the shadow, when unexamined, spills out into our relationships, often without our awareness. Here is the uncomfortable question. Have you ever hurt someone and known even in that moment that it had nothing to do with them? Most of us have. Not because we are broken, but because we are human, carrying histories that were placed on us before we were old enough to refuse them. The philosopher Simone Weil wrote, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." And perhaps the first act of attention we owe is not to others, but to ourselves. To sit with our own pain, without immediately making it someone else's problem. This is not weakness. This is the most difficult thing a person can do. The chain of pain is not broken by understanding alone, but understanding is where it begins. When you recognize the wound behind the cruelty, in yourself or in someone else, you create a small, quiet space, a pause between the pain and the action. And in that pause, something different becomes possible. Hurt people, but healed people heal people. The question is not whether you were hurt. Almost everyone was in some way. The question is, what will you do with it? Think about it.